Let's go over some of my 5-star reads that I've had so far in June. Starting off strong, Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry. This was my first Daphne Perry, and she blew it out of the water. I did not think that I could still be shocked by a romantasy just because I've read so many of them. I was wrong. There are at least 2 separate instances in this book that had me texting Liz G and saying, I was not prepared. And she was like, girl, I know. This follows Odessa, who is a princess of her kingdom, and she is forced into a political marriage and then goes on an adventure where she is kind of shown the truth of her situation. There is magic, there are mystical creatures, there's so much to this book. Not wait for the second book of this series. We were so incredibly lucky and honored to read an arc of Princess of Blood, the second in the Magic Shard series by Sarah Hawley. If you know me at all, you know that Servant of Earth by her is one of my favorite books of all time. So well done, so well written. Honestly, Princess of Blood was even better, even better. Sarah did her big one. This follows Kenna, who is now a fae. She's navigating her life as a princess, and Sarah really honed in her writing, honed in her characters, introduced new sides to her characters, and I cannot wait for you all to read it. Pick up Servant of Earth and then read Princess of Blood. Our BRBT book club book this month was One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. I absolutely loved Charlie. I loved Alice. I loved the relationship with Nan. This is something I will probably read every summer, and I immediately texted my cousin, who I spent most of my summers at the lake with, and said, you have got to read this. The nostalgia is so good. I was so lucky and did a buddy read with my friend Jessica of My Friends by Frederick Bachman. I read Beartown with our Sunbound book club, and that was a very hard read for me. And My Friends was a hard read, but not in the way I was anticipating. What this book does is make you look at different scenarios in such a different way. He tells the story one way, and then in the very next chapter gives you a different perspective of the story that completely changes every aspect of it. And that is something that I think Frederick is so good at. Really thought about this book a lot, and just different parts of it keep coming back to me, and I'm like, wow, he really did something there. Also, fun fact, this is his first book that he wrote in English first, so that was also a fun thing to read. His writing is spectacular. So my friend Rosie's posted a couple months ago about the Windy City series, particularly the last book that just came out, and I said, okay, so clearly I need to read this, and she said, oh my gosh, yes, read it now. Right Move follows Ryan and Indy in this book. It was 5 stars. So anything that I had issues with in the first book was fixed in this book. I had a great time. I love Ryan. I love Indy. There really wasn't any third act breakup that I felt ridiculous. Even in Mile High, the third act breakup didn't annoy me like third act breakups kind of sometimes do. And I cannot wait to dive into number 3. Let me know what your guys' 5-star reads have been this month, and have a happy week.